Everybody good? Everybody steigen?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, this year is going to be on a pasuk at the end of Parsha's Vayechi. Right? Anyone know what Parsha is this week? Alright, good. So, steht in pasuk, right? V'atem chashavtem alai ra. Right? Who knows what that means?
You thought bad about me?
Yeah, so who's saying to who, by the way? Come in!
Hello.
Everyone's chilling, you don't have to fear Corona.
Who is this?
This is,
Who are you?
my name is Shmuel Zacharias, Menachem Mendel Max, Pashut, Herenstein,
Yeah.
and the Rosh Yeshiva, Yeshiva's Gula Show. I'm also a long-time Oraita Shir giver, and we're about to learn some lamdus on this week's Parsha, but mostly Gemaras. You know?
Sounds good.
Yeah, Dad. Now, it really is a Shana Bet Shir. I don't see who are you. What Shana are you?
I'm Sean Olive.
Alright, fine, you can come here. You can stay? You can stay? Honorary? What's your name?
Noah.
Where are you from?
Connecticut.
Nice. What's up, dude? What's your name?
I'm Aaron.
Aaron?
Aaron.
Where are you from?
Hong Kong.
Yo, dope. Get in here. We're about to learn some serious lamdas.
What is this share?
This is lamdas on the parsha. Alright, so Atem chashavtem alai ra. Who said that in this week's parsha? Yosef said to his brothers, you thought for me bad, but Abba, Elohim, right? Chashva Litova. Interesting, Elohim Nekeva. Chashva Litova. Right? And then Leman Asa Kayova Zer Lachayos Amrav. Right? So Yosef was saying to the brothers, listen, you guys had bad intentions and you sold me down to Mitzrayim. But God thought it was good, right? Now, there are a few people in the annals of Jewish learning that are called HaKadosh. Who are they? What's up here? Chaim HaKadosh, Yari HaKadosh, Shla HaKadosh, nice, and the Alshik. Zohar is not, Zohar, we talk about the Zohar. But also, and Yosef is called Tzaddik, right? We're learning about Yosef today. Come one, come all, yo, ni hao, brother.
Whoa. Respect.
Respect, yeah. Listen, I thought of a joke yesterday. What is, well, I already told the punchline. So, alright, so the punchline is ni hao. What's the joke? What's the joke? Is, what does the Chinese cat say?
Yeah.
Ni hao.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, I have a friend from Guangzhou, pretty close to Hong Kong.
Name?
Name?
Name.
Cecile.
Cecine?
Her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, friend.
Cecine?
Cecile, yeah. Yeah, Chinese
Oh.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, right? Whatever, it's no problem.
There are too many of them for me to know.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like a billion.
Yeah.
It's good, it's good. It's good. A lot of Haliga individuals. You know that situation is tough there, but now the situation is tough everywhere. You know? Living through this whole thing. We'll talk.
They're doing really well.
You doing well?
They're doing really well.
Oh, they're doing great.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing great. There's a lot of listen, one day I'll come in and I'll give shir on the situation that's going on in the world. It's called the Sugya of Shibud Malchias. But right now, we're not up to that Sugya yet. We're not ready. We don't know each other like that yet. You know? Alright, so who says this? Yosef says to his brothers. By the way, we know each other. Everyone's chilling. Where's the Belgian guy? It's you?
Yeah.
And the London guy? And everyone else. So now we got a Hong Kong guy, we got a Connecticut guy.
New Jersey's not here.
New Jersey.
And he's sick.
Oh, he's sick? Yo, Fru Shaleva. Yo, who else is from out of town?
Boston.
Boston? Yeah, everyone just say where they're from. I'm not doing names this year, I'm doing places. Boston?
Ohio.
Dude, sick. Ohio? Yo, Ari Lesser's from Ohio.
Who?
Ari Lesser. He's one of the top Jewish rappers in the world. He's not on my level, but you know. But much love to Ari Lesser.
Houston.
Houston, nice.
Florida.
Florida.
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Boston.
Where?
Boston, though.
Boston.
New York?
Yo, you're a New Yorker!
Yes, sir.
What's up? Where in New York?
Upper West Side?
Cool. What school did you go to?
SAR?
Nice. Alright, cool. Cool, I'm also from New York originally.
Oh.
It's fine. We went through that thing. Okay. So the Or Chaim HaKadosh says on this pasuk, he says a very interesting zach. What does the Or Chaim say? You see, look, it's the second source on the sheets that I gave you. Steht Or Chaim. Vatem chashavtem v'gomer v'Elohim chashva l'toiva. Right? Again, interesting that it says chashva lashon nekeva. Just the interesting thing. Just Zag and Lamdish Bambas over here, you know? Check out that song, by the way. I just came out with a video. I'm not plugging Pashut Herenstein right now. Right now we're steiging. Alright. By the way, did anyone check my music last week? Yeah, what'd you think?
Great. I really liked the first song.
It was really good.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. What was the first song?
Whatever the top one was on Spotify, I don't remember the name.
Alright. Zog, the Heilige Or Chaim HaKadosh. Harei Dome. This is similar. Lemiskavein lahashka is chavero kos maves. He was giving him a cup of death, cup of poison. Ve'ashkei kos yain, but he actually just gave him some wine, right? She'eno mischayev klum. He's not chayev at all, right? Klum. The haraim beturin, they're pater, okay? The zakayim gam b'dinei shamayim, and also klape shmaya. You know what klape shmaya means?
In regards to Shmuel.
Yeah. Who said that? Say where you're from again. Houston. Nice. Good word, Houston. Amazing. So they're also klape shmaya, right? So I was thinking, you know, these guys want to share. They want some lumdas, you know. Maybe I'll talk about this concept a little bit. If a person has good intention or bad intention, and the action, good or bad, what do you guys think is more important, the action or the intention?
The action.
The action. The intention. Okay. Okay. Anyone got a raya for why they're thinking that?
I'd say that in the end the action is more important because the intention really only affects you and the way you perceive the world, whereas the action is actually manifest in the world and affects other people as well.
Okay, so this guy thinks that the action is more important? Okay. You? Oh, sorry.
I think the action may affect people in the short term, but whereas the intention would affect yourself in the short term, but would affect more people in the long term with the continued intention.
Alright. Yeah. Other stars? Yo, come in. Or don't. I don't care. Yeah, come. Let's go. Let's get as many people in here as possible and no one's going to get sick. Baruch Hashem. You know why? I'm not going to say why. We all know why.
Medical seal.
Listen to my song False Flags Flicker, the third. If you want to know my opinion about this whole thing, if you want to get like a little bit of Hagdama. False Flags Flicker, the third verse. Okay. Yeah.
I kind of depends on where you're coming from. It's like, for example, by Shabbos, like the action matters, but the punishment is based on the intention. So like it kind of depends.
Right. Well, Shabbos is Melechas Machshavah. Shabbos is a good chakir. It's an andere zach.
Right.
Because you have
I
Shabbos.
guess it depends on the context.
Right.
What matters.
But so Shabbos, like we know that if a person doesn't have intention, he's not like they don't need their rights, so it doesn't like he's not over on Shabbos.
Right. Sometimes your intention could affect the reality of your punishment. Sometimes it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So let's so the way that we know. So how do we know something? Right. We have a question. And how do we know something? So like nowadays, what you could ask someone, right? You could ask someone. You could check Google. But we're telling me the Chacham and we're in a base medrash, Baruch Hashem. Not like last time when we were in like this room and like in no svarim. It's like grasping, you know. It's fun. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at a few Gemaras. Now, did everyone bring a shas like I asked last week?
Yeah.
Nice. That shas that I took that shas. That shas didn't even have a nazir. But I found the nazir in the shas outside. You know. So, but I brought the Gemara also, right? There's a Mishnah. There's a Mishnah in Nazir. We're going to see a few cases, and we're going to see a few cases where kavana and action have some interplay. All right. So, you guys look in the third Makor, the Mishnah. Anyone want to read the Mishnah? Yeah, go for it.
Okay. האיש השני רבי נזר וחייץ השלטה ביין ומתחמל למתים הרי זה ספגת את הרביים הפרלה
Whoa. Where are you from again? Florida?
Baltimore.
Baltimore. You're on your rocket ship, Baltimore. That's what Wilson said. You say, Pashut Herenstein on your rocket ship. You know what rocket ship is? That's what he would say to me. That's, by the way, why I took the rap name Pashut Herenstein. Because Rav Wilson, he would always rip us. He would say, Pashut Herenstein. If you don't have a chaya, you could put your hand down right now. That's what he said to me. Who's Rav Wilson? He's a Talmud of Rav Vayechi. I was learning by him in Meir Sharim. Okay. So let's so read a little bit and touch. Vash state, Haisha Shenadar Ben Nazir. Yeah?
V'chaita shota b'yayin, v'tana l'meitim.
Yeah. Hold on, so what's the case? What's the case? Explain it to us. If the Taiche in Yeshivish or in English if you must. Right? But definitely extra points for Yeshivish.
So a woman that made a neder for a nazir,
Yeah.
as a nazir,
Yeah, that she's gonna be a Nazir.
okay, and she drank wine and she became a common mate, she gets 40 malka.
Right.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. עבר לבעלה, והיא לא ידעה, שעבר לבעלה, והייתה שותה ביין. Okay, well, okay, so if her husband, like, what's it called, undoes, like, the netter for her.
Undoes? That's good. It's good. It's pretty yeshivish because your grammar is like often Gonson. Undoes. You know, it's pretty yeshivish. Very yeshivish to have bad grammar, right? Very yeshivish. Right? We could say, if you want to even get more yeshivish, you say he slugs it up. You know?
So the husband slugged up the netter. And she doesn't know.
Right.
And she didn't know that she didn't know that he slugged up the netter.
Oh, taco. Nice.
And then she goes about, she drinks some wine, and she's becoming maid. So innocent figures are fine. So she doesn't get 40 malka. So Huda Omer, in innocent figures are fine. She's still malka murder. So Huda says no. There's no 40 malka midaraisa, but there is malka murder midaraisa.
Oh. So first of all, yeah, fair note. So why would she get Malkus if she's a Nazir? What?
Okay. Because the action happened even though she didn't intend it.
Yeah, but that's just Pashut, shot right here. Why? Why would she get it? And so you guys are all like probably ahead of the answer. The answer is, like, the simple answer is that because a Nazir can't drink wine and be Talmud Mason, right? Now, if she's not, if her husband already slugged the neder up,
She's not a Nazir anymore.
yeah. If the husband already slugged the neder up, so she's not a Nazir anymore, right? And yet, yeah, you good, Hong Kong?
I'm just concerned if the camera's way too zoomed in.
Oh,
the camera?
he's thinking that it's choosing. I record when I do stuff. You know?
He said it's too zoomed in.
Oh, yeah, is it too zoomed?
I trust the camera. I trust the camera. Just
Trust the camera? Yo, thanks for looking out for the eichut of the shir, Hong Kong.
I want to make sure they get the whole suit in there.
Oh yeah, yo, thanks for looking out for me, man. So she wouldn't get if she's not a Nazir anymore, right? She's not a Nazir anymore. The husband slugged it up, but then why would she tisbog makas mardus? Why would she get makas mardus? So you said
She still tried to be over an Isser.
it's there, but she had bad kavana. Okay, so the action wasn't there, but the kavana is there, and the kavana is to do the iser. Okay, let's see the Gemara. Yeah, what's up?
But she broke the nether before the Baba.
No, she did it.
The first time with the Yain and the Muhammad made, she did it by herself.
Oh, that's the first one. The first one she taka gets the malchus.
Oh,
But you asked a good question. What's your name?
Joey,
Joey from
Boston.
Boston.
You learned
Nice.
another route.
What?
I didn't know the route. My dad and grandpa did though.
To know the rough. Nice. I have a sister from Boston. Shout out to Ty Herenstein. So Tana Rabbanan, Isha Hafireim v'Hashem Yislach La. Right, it's the pasuk in Bamidbar by the thing, right? By the by a wife who makes an eder. So B'Isha Shehafar La Baila v'Hi Lo Yada Kasav Midaber. She tzricha kapara v'slicha. So she taka needs kapara v'slicha. So what do we see from there? What do we see from there, Taka? That if she didn't do anything wrong, but her intention was Mustama she's chayiv dach.
She's over it.
Mustama she needs so the Gemara says that she needs kapara v'slicha. That there's a problem with having the bad intention. Does that stem with the pasuk? Does that stem with the Orach Chaim who says that she's even zakai v'dinei shamayim? Not at all. Okay. Sehr interessant, right? Kishahaya magia, Rabbi here. Someone else want to read? Kishahaya magia. We just do we have a hard stop at 11? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Cool.
Yeah.
Kishahaya magia Rabbi Akiva etzel pasuk zeh haya baiche. When Rabbi Akiva got to this pasuk, he would cry. You know, right? He says, "Uma mishin ischaven lala is biado basar chazir." He wanted to have basar chazir. He wanted to have pig. Ve'ola biado basar tle. And in the end of the day, he got tle, lamb, right? Toin kapar v'slicha. Hamischaven lala is biado basar chazir. Ve'ola biado basar chazir alas kam v'kam. Right? Someone who actually sins, or actually, right, eats the pig, so even more so that he needs kapara. So that's Rabbi Akiva was crying about that, you know. And the Gemara goes through a few cases over here, a few different cases where, like, you might think that she doesn't need kapara, but she does, right? Could go right. Right, and it gets to another pasuk, kiyotze bedavar. Right, we could do the Kiyotze B'Davar. I wanna jump to the Rambam, right? Because I'm being cautious about the time. Do you want to see the rest of that Gemara in Nazir? Definitely suggested. It's pretty beautiful, and it's just different cases that we can don in, we can talk about. But I want to go to the Rambam. This is a Rambam, and it's talking about Tosefta that I was going to bring. I was able to find the Tosefta, which is another case, which is if you see Misha Nadar in the middle of the Tosefta, Misha Nadar ben Nazir v'hayash, and he himself v'hayash shosa yayin u'mitamei l'meisim v'achargach, and afterwards he asked Nishal Chacham v'huterlo ein sofek es harabayim, so he's good. This guy did it. He did it, and by the time that he ate or drank the wine and was mitamei to the meisim, in that time he was over. He was chayav. But then he asks a chacham, and the chacham is matir him limafreya, right? So it turns out that, you know what limafreya is? Retroactively. You know limafreya? Everyone knows limafreya? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So if I guess everybody, he's holding, coming from Connecticut. Yo, nice. There's a lot of out of towners in the right. I like it. You know.
Well, he did go to an in-town school.
Oh yeah, what school did you go to?
SAR.
Ah, okay, cool. Best of both worlds. Actually, I don't know. Probably better not to go to school in New York. Whatever. Listen, I told you guys last week. New York is a great place to leave. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, but Rabbi Yehuda Taka says, Im ein sofek es arban yispo makas mardus, right? At least she get makas mardus. Now, is that Rambam? Yay. Here it is. Okay, this is an important Rambam. By the way, someone fill up some water. I don't want to someone tell someone to leave though. So,
It's right up there.
all right, I'll do it in slow motion until you come back.
New tape. And we're back.
And we're back. Yeshiva's alright. Parsha, Lamdus, Steig. How's everyone doing so far? Chilling? Alright, cool. So this Rambam that we're going to see is very interesting. Right? Thank you, my friend. So, it says the Rambam. You guys see the Rambam over there? Alright. So the first Rambam, for the beginning of the Rambam, the ratio of the Rambam, that's so important, but not so relevant, I should say. Shama Avo Abav V'Shazak De L'Tzaira, which is just interesting that she's making a neder, like, well, if you do this, then I'm gonna make a neder that I don't do this, and so the father didn't want to react, the husband didn't want to react, so he's like, fine, but really he didn't want her to keep it, but still, Hoil V'Avar Hayom V'Lo Hefer didn't do it, V'Lo Batal didn't mevatel it, Niskaimon Nidra. Okay, fine, but that's not pertinent. Now it is. Nadra v'hafar la'av, right? O habal. V'hilo yada shahafar v'avra al nidra. She was to go over on her neder. O al shvuasa. or on her shvua, right? Bizadon on purpose. Harizo Petura, so she's pater. So use the lashon of pater, right? Now we see the Or Chaim says pater, but the Or Chaim doesn't only say pater. What does the Or Chaim say? He also says Eno mischayev klum Peturim, and he says zakayim, right? It says pater. We see, right? The Avo Pishin is kavna le'asor. Her kavana was to forbid it. Ho v'naseh haheter, right? Petura. Ve'alzeh ne'emar v'Hashem yislach lo ki heini avia osa v'makin osa makas mardos b'bnei is kavna le'iser. So who does the Rambam paskin like? Right. So I need to translate that. She gets makas mardos because of her kavana for iser. Okay. So it doesn't sound like the Or Chaim. It sounds like the Gemara. Yeah. Sounds like who in the Gemara? Rabbi Yehuda. Very good. So now, there's taka two ways to go in this Rambam. If you look in the Kesef Mishnah, now who knows who wrote the Kesef Mishnah? Psh, yo, you guys are holding. What else did he write? And? Boom! Wow. Maradik, yo. Very nice. So what is? So he says, Umasha Kasav Makino. So Makas Mardos. He says, you guys don't see the Kesef Mishnah, but I didn't bring it on the sheet. But the Kesef Mishnah says, "It's Divrei Rabbi Yehuda v'Mashmal Rabbeinu the Lavla Afluge Asa Elo Lefarish Divrei Tanakama." He's saying that because usually you pass the Tanakama, usually in the Gemara, right? But here he's saying that, so like the Kesef Mishnah has this question, well, why didn't the Rambam paskin like the Tanakama, that the Tanakama says she doesn't get even Makas Mardas? So he says because Rabbi Yehuda was just coming to explain the Farish Divrei Tanakama. He wasn't Cholek, he was just like adding, okay? It's okay, it's good, except that we have right here a Mishnah Lamelech. You guys see this in the Mishnah Lamelech? The Mishnah Melech is cholek on the Mechaber, and he says, and he quotes that Tosefta, and he says from the Tosefta, right? So it's nira the spirle deri polig atanakama. So we have machlokas in how the Rambam learned the Tanakama, but he paskins like Rabbi Yehuda. Paskins like Rabbi Yehuda, who Lechora is not like this pasuk, not like the Or Chaim. Right? We got this. You hear the kasha, dude?
Yeah.
Everyone? Okay. So now, if we turn the sheet again, we get to a Gemara in Menachos. This Gemara in Menachos is tough. Sit down. Sit down for this Gemara in Menachos. Alright. So the Gemara Menachos talks about a case. It's going to bring us two more cases that we could think about, right? And by the way, it's also interesting that the Rambam. Oh wait, we have one more. So in your test, by the way, just to answer the question that you asked before, it says Nadra v'Avra al Nidra. So she made a neder, and she was over on a neder, right? You see the Rambam in your test over there, over on Nidra. You want to read? Over on Nidra. Your test.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nadra v'Avra al Nidra kodem sheyafer la avia o bala afal pi sheshama bo b'yom v'hefer la harezo chayevet al devar she'avar avra bo.
Okay, Taich.
She was over on her neder before the father shliked the neder.
Nice, shlugged.
Is it more sheepish to invent the new word?
Ooh. I hear. Schligged, you said, or schlicked? Schliked? Schliked it up? I don't know. I'll think about it. L'chayra, shlugged up. It's from Lashon of to upslug.
What's that lashon of?
It's Lashon of slug up.
What's that lashon of?
Upslug. I'm telling you, man, Yeshivish is a beautiful
Where's that
language.
come from?
Upslug. I don't know, like sounds. It sounds like an onomatopoeia almost.
Yeah.
Like the slug.
Okay.
You know, I think it means related to the English word like slug. Ooh, it's an etymological gem right there. He likes it. Alright, so in that case that you were saying, if she was over, so wait a second though, didn't we see in the Tosefta that the husband got it, Lemafreya?
Yeah.
So what's going on over here? How did the Rambam paskin against, did the Rambam paskin against that Tosefta? So I'll tell you an interesting zach, which is that when the Chacham slugs it up for the husband, it goes retroactively. But when the husband does it for like his wife or for if the dad for his daughter, it goes mikanu lahaba, and that's why she's still over, and she still gets the malchus, you know, because it's interesting. Can't the girl just go to the chacham and do it? So yeah, she can, but like if her husband does it, so then this girl had a death with anyway. This girl wanted malchus. She was a freak. She wanted to get malchus. She made an ed there. And then she did what she did. She said she couldn't do, right? She said she wouldn't do. She's like, I want to be a nazir. Like, give me some wine. She wanted. It's an interesting psychological thing why a person would want to do that, but not for now, Taka. Right? Let's take a look at this Gemara in Menachos. But I just wanted to read that because that was like your question, which is very good. All right. So Itmar says the Gemara. It was stated. Shachat shtei chatos shel tzibur. So the case is, it was Shabbos, and they needed to bring a korban. One korban you could bring on Shabbos, like if it's like a korban for Shabbos, chatas of tzibur. But one, let's say it wasn't, right? Rashi says could go into chatas of Avodah Zarah, that you would have to wait until it's chol. The enot tzarich el la'achas. You only need to bring one of them. Amar Rabba v'itema Rebbe, right? Rebbe Ami chayiv al hashniya. The first one it was fine, but the second one he's chayiv on, right? And even if the second one was actually what gave him the kapara, even if the first one we found that like it was kechusha, it was like too skinny, it didn't have any chalavim, it didn't chalev, it didn't have what we needed to burn, so we needed to use another one. But this guy didn't know it, right? Umi Amar Rabba. Wait a second. Does Rabba really say this? Bahama Rabba, but doesn't Rabba say Hayalufan of Shteicha dos Achas Shemena? One is fat. The Achas Kechusha, one is skinny. Shachat Shemena, Shachat Kechusha is chayev. If he shechts the fat one and then he goes and he shechts the skinny one, he's chayev. Kechusha v'achar kach Shemena pater. But if he does the kechusha, the skinny one, and afterwards the fat one, he's pater. Why would he be pater in that one?
Because he needed the second one to fulfill the korban of the first one.
Right, because he wasn't Yotzei with the first one. He didn't know, right? It was kechusha. The lo od, not only that, Ella omrim lo, we say to him, hava shemena, bring the fat one, lichatchila, like, and v'shachut, and shecht it. Iba yisema, so we say, wait a second, but Rabba, who told me that the kechusha you be chayiv on, right? Nimser Rishona kechusha. So Iba is ema sami kechusha mikamais, to take away the kechusha. That'd be like that. It doesn't really say that. Viba is ema hahi Rabbi Ami. No, that wasn't Rabba. It was Rabbi Ami. Really, we said Rabba, maybe Rabbi Ami. Amar le Ravina le Ravashi. Amar le Ravina le Ravashi. Nimtes Arishona kechusha b'minei me'ayin mahu. So kechusha me'ayin. It was skinny, it wasn't good, it wasn't a kosher korban. The Rambam is going to tell us that it was a treifa, right? So, mahu. Basar machshavaso azlinon, v'gavra le'isura kamechaven. Are we going to go after this guy's machshava? This guy was trying to do an avera. He's like, yo, I'm going to shecht both of these, even though really I only need to shecht one. Oh, it turns out the first one was a treifa, and they didn't know, so the maisa was fine. But the machshava, basar machshava azlinan, right? Basar machshava azlinan v'gavra le'isura kamechaven. Oh dilma, or maybe basar ma'isa azlinan. Maybe this ma'isa was fine. Amar lei says to him, la v'hainu de Rabba v'Rava. Isn't this the case of Rabba and Rava? So what's the case of Rabba and Rava? De itmar. So because it says. Shama shetavatinok b'yam, he heard that a baby fell into the sea. Ve'paras mitzuda laha'alais dagim. Right? He's this guy's like, yo, I heard that there's a baby, but I'm going fishing on Shabbos, right? I'm going fishing. And he puts the net out to catch some fish. Right? Ve'hala dagim, and he caught fish. So he's chayev, because this guy's like, yo, like, hey, I heard that there was a baby, but like, I'm trying to catch some fish, and he caught fish. So it says, chayev, lahalos dagim, ve'hala dagim v'tinok, but if his intention is to catch fish, so still his intention was an intention of the Iser, ve'hala dagim v'tinok, but this guy saved the tinok, so Rava amar chayev, ve'Rabba amar pater. Now, this whole thing of whether this is Rava, whether this is Rabba, is like people aren't even sure. There's like a machlokas in like Rambam and Ravid, I mean, but we'll just keep that in mind. That right, we have a shita. Rava says chayev, and Rabba says pater. Right, and Rava was talking Rabba's student. Another thing just to keep in mind. All right, so and we pass like Rabba. Right? How do I know that we pass like Rabba? Anyone know any tricks?
Trick Rama?
How do I know? Oh, you guys don't have the actual Gemara, you just have this thing. So if you guys see, Ein Mishpat Ner Mitzvah. Very good. Yeah, you see that Dalit. So the Ein Mishpat Ner Mitzvah. What do we call the Ein Mishpat Ner Mitzvah?
So it's the Rambam index.
Right, but yeah. Call them the Eminem. I heard that board when I was in Shana Aleph. When I was young. Right, Pater, right? The Ad Khan, Rabba lo ka Pater ela kevan deshama, right? They're like, oh, only because he heard. So wait a second. So you're telling me? Is the Gemara telling me? Right? So since kevan deshama, Amrinan or Amdinan says this. Nami da daite atinok. That also his intention was to save the tinok because he heard. But if he didn't hear, so you're telling me that if he didn't hear about the tinok, but he saved this tinok, he would be chayev? Meaning his machshava was ra, but his intention was, but his maisa was good. He saved the life. He did it beheter completely.
Well, isn't this not like, since we're dealing with Shabbos here, which has the whole category of Melech and Machshevet, doesn't this discussion not necessarily apply to every other like discussion, like outside of Shabbos?
Well, I hear you saying, I did bring up Machshevet, Melech and Machshevet at the beginning, but if this guy, okay, fine, he heard that there was a baby, but he was intending only to catch fish, and you know what? He only caught fish. So his machshava and his maisa were both. But what about this? What about if his intention was to save the baby and he only caught fish? What do you guys think would be in that case? Just checking my phone, seeing what's up. Oh, got a new Instagram follower, 7-day boys. I don't know, shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? You guys know about Instagram? Or?
Is it Nirvana?
Deleted it? Listen, everyone's starting. We're all on our paths, you know? Everyone, right? What?
It's like a Dvarshin Mitkavin that he would get the baby who's just fishing.
So his intention was to catch fish. And he caught fish, but he also caught a baby. You would say that he'd be chayev?
No, he'd be
pater. What if he didn't catch the fish?
And he caught a baby?
No, he didn't catch the baby.
It doesn't change the likelihood that he would.
What if his intention was to catch a baby, to catch a fish, and he only caught fish? The Gemara right here says chayev,
Yeah.
even though he heard. So we see that here that the mice of whether or not he caught the baby is going to be the difference whether he's chayev or not.
Well,
If his intention was to catch the fish, what if his intention was to catch the baby?
what's it with the
Pater
road?
Pater of Elazar?
Even if it's secret, even if it's secret, you're gonna catch it.
He's trying to catch the baby. He's trying to save this baby's life. What, you're gonna tell him that it's usher to do what he did? He's trying for good nefesh.
With a road, if you don't get there in time, you still pop there
every day. It's not secret.
Rodev.
Yeah, if he's like under the building, you go and you dig, you break Shabbos, and then you don't get there in time. He's dead when you find him. You're still punting.
Right. If you try,
Same thing.
you tried.
You trying to get the baby, and then you take.
Right. So if his intention was to save the baby, right, then it definitely wouldn't be chayev like theorized because his intention was not to like fish, but he happens to fish.
If he's trying to catch fish, how could catching a baby ever make him usher? Because there's no likelihood for sure that it's gonna happen. He's gonna catch a baby.
Right. Well, if he's trying to, but he's trying. His machshava was for Isser.
No, but you didn't do anything.
His kavanah was for Isser. Yeah. What's up, London?
Oh, so I guess it was.
To add to this, I mean, doesn't the Rambam say that a Jew always has divine intentions deep down? Does that?
Where does the Rambam say that?
Gittin?
There's no Rambam. But about Aguna, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's quoting the Rambam about Aguna. You guys hear this? This guy just brought up Aguna. He doesn't even know that I wrote a song about Aguna called Aguna Side, the first single of my album Hashem and Em. Check it out. Aguna Side. But you're right. So the Rambam says that everyone's intention, right? We have to remind him of what his real intention is, right? Makino. So, yeah, but that doesn't have like pertinence, like vis-a-vis halacha. Like if a person does an iser with the kavanah to do an iser, so he gets malchus in certain cases. In certain cases he gets misa. In certain cases he gets korban, right? But I hear what you're bringing up. Now, like deep down his intention, yeah. But we're looking at like his machshava, what his actual machshava is. In din, but you're saying but b'dinei shamayim, right? How could anyone ever get punished? It just so happens that the whole concept of God being like some punishing God, you guys didn't write that. So like I hope like you guys were divested of that idea from Rav Benny. I hope they cleaned it up a little bit from like what we learned in SAR, you know, and around the world. And what's the biggest yeshiva in China?
No, there isn't any yeshiva.
The mirror was in China.
The Mir was in China. I live in the Mir.
In China?
Nah. Japan. Stop. Meir Sharm. Doch. What do I think I learned by Yiddish? My yeshiva. Right.
You went to Araita?
I was about to bring this gear of Lo Shama, that if he didn't hear that there was a baby, the paras mitzuda lahalos dagim, v'halos dagim chayev, right? He didn't hear there was a baby, went fishing, caught fish, chayev, obviously. Lahalos dagim, v'hala tinok v'dagim. So Rabba says pater, v'Rava says chayev. Rabba Amar pater, Rabba says it's pater because zil basar maisav. Right? This guy's intention was to be Mechal Shabbos, but he ended up saving a baby. Right? Zil basar maisav. V'Rava Amar chayev zil basar machshavaso. Go after his kavanah. His kavanah was to break Shabbos, catch fish, and that's what he did. He broke Shabbos and caught a fish. He also caught a baby, but like that wasn't his intention. So according to Rava here, like even though his kavanah was bad, his action was good, but still he would be punished and he would be chayev. Chayev. That sounds like he would even be over on Isser Deoraisa, which is pretty crazy. That's if we go completely basar maisav, right? Only basar the maisa. Let's say the Rambam Paskins in this case. We got two Rambams, right? We got the Rambam in Shgagais, right? And then we have the Rambam in Shabbos. All right? I'm gonna read the Rambam in Shgagos. You guys see? Everyone sees?
Yeah.
Okay. Hay lefanov shtei behemo shel tzibur achas kechusha v'achas shemena. V'hayasacho v'asayom ba'achas bein chatas bein ola v'shagog v'shachat hashtayim. Im shachat kechusha batechila, if he shechted the skinny one first, v'achar kach hashemena, he's pater from a korban chatas. Why would he be pater from a korban?
Because he needed the shmena for the...
Right, he needed to do the shmena, right? So he wasn't yotze with the kechusha, right? V'lo od ela sha'orim lo hevi shmena v'shachat lechatchila. Aval im shachat hashmena techila v'achar kach hakechusha chayev chatas ala tosefta. So then you would be chayev because you already yotze with the first one. Good. V'chein zok the Rambam. V'chein apayres mitzuda lahala is dagin min hayam. So bishgaga. So he didn't know it was Shabbos. Didn't know it was Aser to catch fish on Shabbos. V'hala tinok imadagin bein sheshama shetava. So the Rambam says whether he heard bein sheshama shetava tinok bein shelo shama hoil v'hala tinok. Since he got the tinok, harizeh pater. Meaning if you get the tinok, If the action is a mutter action, so it doesn't matter what the machshava was. Yeah.
The Gemara was also using the notion of potter. Are you saying does that mean like just like from chatas? Because I know that means like that's not saying mutter.
Well, the chatas. When do you get a chatas for Chil Shabbos?
For Derais.
Only in a case of shogeg. Who said shogeg?
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Nice. Which one? Which Baltimore? Two Baltimores, right? One Baltimore. You?
Baltimore.
I'm Baltimore.
You're Baltimore. Nice. Cool.
Then do you need to warn? Like, did the witnesses have to warn the guy if it's Meshogeg? When you're testifying?
Well, if the shogeg there's no, you don't need witnesses for, you don't need hasra on a shogeg, or else it wouldn't be shogeg anymore, right? If he did it, then he's chayav a korban. But the Rambam here is telling us that it's a case of shogeg. By the way, there's hilchos shagagos, right? Ben Jeshal ben Shalosha Mahol Latino Pater. No matter what, meaning if the action turned out to be mutter, so then it doesn't matter what the kavanah is according to Rambam. Pater michatas. Aval pi shelo hayasa kavanah so ela latzud. Even though his kavanah was only to catch a fish, right? Mipnei shehaya shogeg, because he was shogeg. Obviously, mipnei shehaya shogeg. We're only talking about a case of shogeg. The Rambam is telling us that it was shogeg. That means if it was mazid, maybe his kavanah would be enough.
Is it Maisie to catch the baby?
Mazid to catch fish, and he knew it was Shabbos, and he's doing it anyways. And he catches, right? The Rambam seems to say that the reason that he's pater here is because it was shogeg.
Why did it jump from chayiv to mutter?
Well, what do you mean chayiv? Who's saying about mutter? Where does it say mutter?
You said if you did the Maisie then chayiv.
Right.
Why are we obviously talking about Meshuggah?
Well, it's right, because we're in Hilchos Shkagos right here, by the way. So you're saying, well, let's see Hilchos Shabbos. I'll be like, fine. Now, the only Hilchos Shabbos I was able to find, is there a regular Rambam Hilchos Shabbos anywhere? I would really, really love to see it, because I got only this guy. And I would like to have a real Rambam. If there's a Rambam. I was preparing, I was getting all the stuff. Yeah, is there, check, if there's a Zmanim over there? If there's a Zmanim, that would be...
So, are we saying
that would be
doesn't apply to Machshava?
No, it does. Of course it does. If it's Pikuach Nefesh, the guy knew it was Pikuach Nefesh. Maybe he didn't even know there was a baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So if he didn't know there was a baby and he caught the baby, yo, Hakak, where you going?
Where are the Chazara?
Alright. Peace. Much love, bro. Alright. Is this the Rambam? Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Alright? Oh, I opened it up right to the Rambam. Hilchos Shabbos, Perek Beis, right? Perek Beis, what did I say? Perek Beis, Halacha Tezayin. Wait, where was this Rambam in Hilchos Shabbos? Whoa, how did I know? How did I remember that? Bet Ted Zion. Oh, okay. So you guys see? You want to see? Right. Mefakhin pikuach nefesh b'Shabbos. So you can save. So what if there's a pikuach nefesh on Shabbos? You can save it, right? Ve'ein tzarich lito rishus beisin. You don't have to ask beisin. You don't have to ask a rabbi. You have a chashash of pikuach nefesh. You go do it. On Shabbos. Ve'ein tzarich, right? V'hamaktim lahatzil nefesh. Someone who's who does it. Whoever does it first. Whoever can save it first. People twiddling their thumbs, oh, I don't know if I should do it. Yo, whoever does it, Arizim Meshubach. Praiseworthy. Ketzad, so what's the case? Ra Tinok Shanafal the Yam. Okay, well, this is a case where he sees the baby fall into the Yam, right? Pores Mitsuda, he sends out his net, V'maleu, and he catches him. V'ava Biju Tzadagim Ima. Even if the fish come to him. Shama Shetava Tinok, he hears that the Tinok sunk, right? Bayam. The part Mitsuda V'haloso, and he sends his net to lift it up. V'ha'ale Dagim Bilvad, and he only gets fish. So what does the Rambam say? Pater miklum. Pater miklum.
Doesn't that sound like mutter?
Pater miklum taka. He says lashon of. It doesn't just say right. Then what does he say? Well, pater miklum. Obviously, his mutter is koch nefesh. But here he says pater miklum. Even though what was this guy's ma'isa?
You got fish.
He got fish. Did he get baby? No. His ma'isa was completely aser l'chayra. But the machshava was machshava of heter, so he's not chayav at all, right? Even though right alright. So the machshava was completely aser. Sorry, the machshava was completely mutter. It's like the opposite in this case. The machshava was completely machshava of heter, but the ma'isa was dach a ma'isa of iser. But still, because the machshava was machshava of heter, he's pater. Nischavein lahalos dagim. He right. V'hela dagim v'tinok. So this guy now, his machshava was bad, right? His machshava was machshava of iser, right? He just wanted to get fish. V'hela dagim v'tinok, and he picks up fish and baby. So now he's pater. But what does it not say? What does it not say? It doesn't say pater miklum exactly. Afilu lo shama shetava. Even if he didn't hear that there was a baby, so meaning he didn't even know there was a baby out there. But he goes and he's just going fishing. But he goes, whoosh, there's a baby. That's what it sounds like. So would be pater, but it doesn't say pater miklum. What does that imply? It's pater, right? It implies it's pater, but like maybe like dine shamayim or something. Pater of aser, meaning it's pater b'dine adam, but b'dine shamayim you would be chayav, right? Like yeah.
Well, it's not interesting because seemingly if we're going after the machshava based on the pater miklum, then if you machshava l'isser, then why are you even pater here? Maybe you should be chayav.
No, I mean, you're not going to be chayav. You have to actually have a ma'isa because you're not going to be chayav if you didn't do anything wrong. I mean, if you did a mutter dik a ma'isa, right? You saved the baby's life.
Yeah, what about when you intended pig and you got lamb? That was we brought that.
Right, and that source also, what do we say? It says you need slicha v'kapara, right? So again, we see, right? So we see that what he did something, but this is different. This is a mitzvah. This is not like over there. It's just like you intend to do an isra and you ended up doing something stam, right? You ended up eating tle. You wanted to eat pig and you ended up eating lamb, right? But here you intended to do an avera, and you actually did a mitzvah. You saved the guy's life. But still, the Rambam implies that you're pater, but it's not pater miklum, and you're chayav a little bit in dinei adam.
So the Torah mitzvah overcomes.
Well, even when you did a mitzvah, this guy didn't even know there was a baby. He was fishing on Shabbos. He doesn't care about like halach at all. But still, since he caught a baby, so he's good. Dinei adam, but chayav dinei shemayim. But wait a second, that's not what the Or Chaim says, right? He says zakayim gam b'dinei shemayim. You know, so I'm going to tell you an efsha teretz, but then I'm going to tell you. We're going to see that. All right, so the possible teretz. So the Kli Chemda, you guys know the Kli Chemda? The Kli Chemda is very geshmak. Rav Socher Dov Platzker. He's friends with the Ger Hasidim. He's very yeshivish, right? And so he says that he wants to make like a chilik that maybe it's different over here by because this. Anyone can think of a chakira? Think of a chilik?
Before Matan Torah.
Okay, before Matan Torah, can you think of a chilik? So before Matan Torah is good. Before Matan Torah is good, but like we're going the Kli Chemda, he loves to like don in the halachas like as if like let's say like we say Avos kept Kol Torah Kula. So how could he say that he's pater from everything? So you want to say before Matan Torah right here, but he says Ben Adam lechavero. Right, that's what the Kli Chemda said. I hear your word also. I hear both of them, but he says Ben Adam lechavero. All right, well let's see. So that's like so we have two more Makoros, right? We have this Gemara in Kedushin Adaf Lamed Beis. Right? Talk about Kibbut Avayim. It says that Rav Bar Ravuna, Rav Huna, his dad, like ripped his shirt in front of Rabbah, he ripped Rabba's shirt, right? And Rabba was like, yo. And he said, Izol, I'm gonna go see if he gets if he goes crazy or not, if he bugs days. Iratach, ilo ratach, right? Wait, so he's gonna go, are you gonna go test your kid like that? You're gonna go test your kid? Is that but what is that again? Vika avar alivne iver lo titin mechshol? So he's gonna, right, his son's gonna get mad, his son's gonna yell at his dad, maybe dad, what the heck are you doing? And he's gonna be over on Kibbut Av, so he's livnei ivering his son. So he says, no, he's already mochel that, even if his son reacts, he's not, so the dad is mochel. So the dad is already mochel him. You need the dad's mechila for this. So what does Tosfos say? Tosfos is like this. The machil krev, he says, v'tzarech lomar shehodio kodem lechein, that he told the son, by the way, I'm mochel to you. If you get mad at me, ever, don't worry about it. I'm mochel. You have to tell him that he's mochel. Why? Shelo yehei kimo, that it shouldn't be nischavin lecho basar chazir, ba'ala biyado basar tleh. That his intent was to eat pig, but he ended up eating lamb. The Amar Lekaman says before over there it's mechila v'kapara. That you need mechila v'kapara. So what is even this Tosfos? That even in the case of what? A ben adam lechaverai, right? If his intent, right? So he gets mad at his dad. Now, he didn't know that his dad was mochel him, let's say. Let's say hypothetically he didn't know his dad was mochel him. Let's say hypothetically he didn't know his dad was mochel him. He gets mad at his dad, right? And his dad, and so he's over on Kibbut Av. But his dad was mochel him, so he's not over. Oh, okay, fine. So he did something that he thought was aser, getting mad at your dad, but Taka wasn't aser because his dad was mochel. And so the Gemara says over here that he needs to know that he's mochel. Meaning, if he didn't know that he was mochel, and he had machshava of iser, but a maisa of heter, even in Kibbut Av, you would need mechila v'kapara l'chayra, right? See the Gemara above Metzia, Rashi, right, or above Metzia. Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Rav, Kol mi sheyesh lo maos. Anyone who has money, umal v'aysan below shalo be'edim, and he lends them without witnesses. Over mishum v'lifnei iver lo titei mechshol. He's also over on lifnei iver, right? So he's over on lifnei iver. Why would he be over on lifnei iver in that case? And his fochas. Why would he go on lifnei iver? So what does Rashi say? Want to read Rashi? Let's give the two foreign kids a chance. I don't know. It's whatever, that side of this.
Okay. Aber mishum ne iver.
Yeah, the same.
So someone who is passing in front of a black man, and he is asserting superiority on top of the other.
Let's type word for word, right? Over mishum lifnei iver. What does that mean? Violated iver, right? She'ola al rucho. So ruach, right? We call it ruach v'avodah kasha. Ruach is his emotions, or his thoughts. Ola al rucho is right on his spirit of the love. What's love? Borrower. Lichfor. To say that, oh, no edim, I don't have to do it. So what's the lifnei iver over here?
You're giving him the chance to deny that he borrowed anything.
Right, and so you're setting him up to have, right? Not that he's actually going to lichfor, to reject or to say I don't know, right? Say I don't know this guy, right? I don't know this guy. This guy lent me. I've never seen him before in my life, right? You could totally do that. Yeah.
Pretty dangerous Gemara to take away from here, because that's anytime you don't put a gzera around someone, then the fact that they're going to sin is not their fault.
No, I was thinking that also, how much do we have to take into consideration what another person's going to think about our actions?
Right, crazy.
I hear that. Well, this is in a case of mamanos. We know that when you're dealing with money and stuff, maybe you do have to take all that stuff into consideration. When you're writing.
Violent crime, you couldn't say that. like, oh, how could you put them alone with someone because,
Right, because he thought about like killing him.
yeah, whatever it is.
Right, but so I hear like we have to see like this Gemara, but see like where else does it have? Where else does it apply?
So, I hate to be the time police, but it's 11 o'clock, just so you know.
Oh, you're supposed to get a 5-minute warning. So this is my 5-minute warning.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So we're almost done. We're finishing up. We're fearing ois. All right. So we see from this Rashi, we see from this Tosfos that even in Ben Adam Lechavero, there is like an idea of like machshava of iser, right? And so like I hear your chakira of Ben Adam Lemako of Ben Adam Lechavero, the brothers of Yosef and this Archai, but we still see that like there is that there it could be a possibility. So he said before Matan Torah, I'm thinking that maybe we could say that in Ben Adam Lechavero, the chaver, the other guy, gets the ability to say, listen, like I'm mochel you completely, and then like even though you have bad intention, I'm also I could the person who got wronged could also mochel on that. Meaning both of the Maisa was bad, the Kavanah, whatever, if it ends up good, the guy can say, listen, I'm mochel. Even on Klap Eshmaya, and the guy has the power. The guy that got wrong, in this case Yosef, he has the ability to say, listen, I'm mochel, it's okay. And in that case, then it's even okay, Klap Eshmaya. And we know by Rosh Hashanah that you're supposed to be Meratze your Chaver. That's the real tshuva of Ben Adam L'Makom, like of appeasing your friend. And so we see that when the friend gets appeased, it has ramifications even in Dinei Shamayim, which is an interesting zach. So that's maybe how we could answer for the Or Chaim, how Yosef could be pater the brothers from Klum and make them zakayim even Klapei Shmaya. I'll just end with one kasha, which is, wait a second, isn't the brothers, isn't there like such a case, like people say that they were the Megalgal and then they had by the Asar Haruge Malchus, and that was we're repairing for the brothers, they're talking for the brothers who sold Yosef, and then you have the Asar Haruge Malchus, so according to the Or Chaim that they're even Zakai Klapei Shmaya, so we have to still answer that question. I'm going to leave that in the Tzarech Ir, Shkoyach, Rabosai, Maradek.